Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsung Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubten Tarshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, Padma Kumara. Sumo, Danzan Katso, Danzan Siti, Dubten Kama, all Dharma masters, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? This is a greeting in Cantonese, in Vietnamese, in Japanese, Korean, Spanish. Good evening, everyone. Today, the weather is rather cold and wet. Walking into the Lizang temple, I felt very warm. It's cool outside and it's warm inside. So seated on the Dhamma throne, so I've been wobbling left and right. Luckily, I did not topple. When I felt I was toppling, I pull it back, pull my body back. Especially in entering samadhi, it's become sleep. I don't know what's happening. Although I was toppling left and right, I heard the sound of snores. I don't know where it was from. Recently, during the grand ceremony, it was hot. Now it's cold. So it's very easy to catch cold. So please pay attention. Be careful. It's easy to catch cold. And the COVID-19 is still spreading. So please be careful. Recently, it takes much more effort when I paint, because usually I have a painting assistant helping me putting the paper, to grind the ink, and to clean the brushes and help a lot of things, and to prepare the towel and a sip of tea. But none of those now. Now I have to do them all myself. So it's quite hard to paint. So counting, she's got COVID 5 times. 5 times. And in the painting room, every time, it's just she and myself. But she's got it 5 times. And she told me, let me go out and cough. But this time, she didn't say anything, but she never came back. I found it very strange. I really don't know why she's got it 5 times, and yet she's together painting with me in the same room. The sound of the coughing is about the same. And now she's just laying in bed, playing with the cell phone, drinking milk, eating bread with butter. With butter. And yet I have to be here. That's so unfair. Right? Well, why don't you just let me take a break for a month too? See, have I ever taken any break on Saturday and Sunday? Never. Even during COVID-19, when nobody came, I was still on the Dharma throne. Nobody underneath. Nobody. Just the recording team. Nobody else. So I should blame the heavens to be unfair. Let me lay in bed playing with cell phones, drinking milk and butter, and bread and butter. So other people have such a fate. How come not me? Not the same? Well, I still feel drowsy and feel tired. They don't let me rest. You know the rule now? Retirement age is at 65 or 60, and I'm 80. And not even catching a cold. How can I live on? I'm just joking around. The Mid-Autumn Festival is here. Let's share a joke. A woman went to the shop to buy mooncake and asked the boss, "Are these mooncakes imported?" Well, this is a play of word. Imported, it sounded like entering into the mouth. Of course. One day, a drunkard left a Hyatt hotel and got on a taxi and told the taxi driver, "Go to Hyatt hotel," and then fell asleep. And the driver was dumbfounded and woke him up and said, "We are already at the Hyatt hotel." And the drunkard said, give the money to the driver and said, "Okay, no need for the change." And then told the driver, "Don't drive so fast in the future, okay?" A woman told the dad, "Dad, I want to change my car. How much?" And she said, 500,000. "I just need a bit. Can you help? How much?" And she said, 480,000. And then Dad said, "Why don't you change your dad?" Now we'll get on the main topic. A question from Singapore, Lian Hua Rui Ye. Homage to the Supreme Guru Buddha, Om Ahom. I humbly request that Guru Buddha recited in time. This is a typo. All this typo. I would like to ask Master, in your 191st book, The Stairways to Heavens, in an article, The Homeland of Nothingness, you quote Zhuangzi's description of this heavenly realm. No ignorance, no action, no consciousness, no name and form, no six senses, no contact, no feeling, no craving, no grasping, no existence, no birth, no aging and death. This is the inherently existing unconditioned Dharma. This seems very similar to the teachings in the Heart Sutra. May I ask, what are the differences between the heavenly realm of nothingness, which has not reached the ultimate state, and the Heart Sutra, which has reached the ultimate state? The heavenly realm of nothingness and the Heart Sutra, what are the main differences? That's the question. And the answer, you'll know when you get there. Okay, all the masters, anybody can answer? You're called master, which means you're the highest teacher. That's why you're called master. With the highest knowledge, that's called master. If the masters cannot answer, then you're not called masters anymore. Oh, now you can? Okay. That's very good. The Heart Sutra is talking about non-duality of form and emptiness. That's a non-duality. But the heavenly realm is only the heavenly realm. That's all. So it's the same as if you're saying nothing. How about you? I think the heavenly realm of nothingness is only talking about nothingness and emptiness. But the true prajna is after true emptiness, there is a marvelous existence. So emptiness and existence are non-dual. That's my understanding. Please correct me, Grandmaster. What is the ultimate and what is the non-ultimate? If you only talk about the heavenly realm of nothingness, we all know that we have nothing. Nobody can get anything. I often talk about this. Nobody can ever gain anything. So I have said what the physical eyes can see are just name and benefits. And the celestial eyes can see the reincarnations or transmigrations, and the Dharma eyes can see cause and effect. What the wisdom eyes can see are all emptiness and illusory. What the Buddha eyes can see is compassion. This was spoken by Master Hong Yi, not by me. Master Hong Yi, the great Master Hong Yi. The little Princess Wu mentioned this in her letter to me. What the great Master Hong Yi said. It makes a lot of sense. So, name and benefits, that's existence. And the rest, like transmigration, you're seeing the rebirth cycle, you see cause and effect or karma, or you see emptiness and illusions, and what's left is compassion. Therefore, you need to understand what's spoken in Buddha Dharma, the true emptiness, that we never gain anything. From birth to old age to death, and that's the end. Nobody can bring even the slightest thing from the earth, not even a needle, not even a cent. So there's no need to envy the wealthiest people. Sooner or later, they will not be able to bring even 1 cent with them when they die. That's the realm of nothingness. That's the phenomena at this heavenly realm. Look at the president. Now the election is very very tense. That's about name and benefits. So the future president would replace the incumbent or the former president, and one after another. So that's a cycle. Nothing is forever, especially Korean presidents. Chingwatai. It's a place, the presidential house, I guess, in Korea. So Korean presidents, whether they were murdered, they killed themselves, they jumped off the cliff, they went into the prison. Maybe perhaps you could visit that place and check the feng shui. So they have nothing, even when they have reached the highest status. So this is let you close to the ultimate, but you have compassionate heart to be compassionate toward them, to teach them, and to to follow your role. That's existence. So although it's true emptiness, there's also marvelous existence. So the Buddhas talk about compassion, not the homophone that I'm drinking 4 cups. The story of the old monk. The old monk went into a retreat and said, "A long time no see," but that's a homophone, as the good wine is gone. And the disciples said, "Amitabha," which sounds like, "I don't drink, I didn't steal any." And one said, "He's drunk." And this is all homophones for jokes. And Buddha is compassionate. It sounds like he's drunk 4 cups. That's a joke. In the Hridriya Prajaparamita Sutra teaches, so there's no this, no that, everything is empty. In the Heart Sutra too. No eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body or mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, or anything, no realm of sight, not even the realm of consciousness, no ignorance, any of ignorance. The Heart Sutra talks about the true emptiness, but the most important part is that there is also existence. Marvelous existence amidst the true emptiness. As Buddhists, we should maintain our own role. We cultivate spiritually and should have compassionate heart and give like bodhisattvas. So by giving, when you give, there is existence. When you endure, that's existence. When you're diligent, that's also existence. When you abide by the precepts, that's also existence. Wisdom, and you understand emptiness. In meditation, you can also enter the state or the realm of nothingness. So just now, what Master Lien He said, emptiness and existence are together. True emptiness is marvelous existence. Marvelous existence is true emptiness. Otherwise, it is meaningless to live and to cultivate spiritually. If you are true emptiness in totality, then why would you still cultivate spiritually? There is no need for you to listen to Buddha Dharma, right? Very simple. Many things can be resolved using the concept of emptiness. And many things, when you maintain your role, that's existence. That's also related to the Dharma gate of non-duality. True emptiness is marvelous existence. Marvelous existence is true emptiness. So, Lian Hua Rui Yi from Singapore. I remember in the Buddha Dharma, there are the 6 perfections. This is talking about the 12 links of dependent arising. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh, this is the 12 links of dependent arising. By cultivating the 12 links of dependent arising, Zhuang Tze is a Taoist. Is Taoist from China. I love the statements made by Zhuang Tze. I have read his book. I have read many of Zhuang Tze's. One time, Zhuang Tze passed by a tomb and saw a woman fanning the tomb. The soil was still wet, and Zhuang Tze asked her, "What are you doing?" And she said, "My husband just died." And he had said, the husband had said, that I can remarry when the soil dried out. So I am fanning it so that it dries fast, and then she can marry again. And Zhuang Tze didn't say anything after that, after hearing that. Because Zhuang Tze also knows some alchemy. So he used the ritual to dry the tomb, and the woman was very pleased, and so that she could marry right away. And Zhuang Tze was telling his wife, and his wife criticized that woman. "She's so shameless." And Zhuang Tze just smiled and didn't say anything. And all of a sudden, Zhuang Tze's heart stopped and died. And he died. And his wife was very sad and placed it inside the coffin and asked the Taoist priest to chant mantras. And Zhuang Tze was incredible. He could transform himself into a very young and handsome man knocking at the door. And Zhuang Tze's wife opened the door and saw, wow, never had she seen such a handsome young man, just like that photo. When she saw that, it's like a whirlwind sweeping her off her feet, and asked him, can I help you? Oh, I'm looking for my teacher. Oh, your teacher has passed away. So this young scholar brought a servant. So the young scholar told the Zhuang Zi's wife, oh, if my master has passed, I have to stay. I have to stay to watch over his soul. So do you have a room for me? And the wife said yes. And the scholar that night got sick, and it was very loud. So Zhuang Zi's wife asked his servant, what's going on? And the servant said, my master has gotten an illness that there's pain on his heart. But that's in the village. How can we find a doctor? And they said, he needs the heart of a living person for him to eat. Then he would recover right away. And she thought, how can we get anything like that? And the servant said, or someone who had just died, the heart of someone who had just died would be okay too. And Zhuang Zi's wife said, for the sake of that young scholar, she opened the coffin to get the heart from Zhuang Zi to give to that young scholar. As soon as she opened the coffin, Zhuang Zi came back to life and stood up, and the young scholar and his servant disappeared. And Zhuang Zi sighed. Our ancestor Jiang Ziya said, the most poisonous thing is the heart of a woman. Yes, it's not so good. Inequality between men and women. But that's a warning to warn people of the earth that you should. It is difficult to keep your duties and responsibility. You need to live up to your role as a spiritual cultivator. You need to abide by the precepts. Actually, it's very difficult to live up to your role. Now we will expound on the Vimalakirti Sutra. Bodhisattva Moon Ascent said, darkness and light are dualities. We know it's night now, it's dark outside, and the daytime is bright. There is a song, It's a lullaby, right? In 24 hours, there is darkness and light. When the sun rises, there would be light. When the sun sets, there's darkness. So today we see the moon. What we see is light, the light side, but we don't see the dark side. Because when you face the sun, there is light. When it's at the back of the sun, there would be darkness. And generally, people think darkness and light are two things, but actually, it is only cause and effect. Without darkness, how can there be light? Without light, how can there be darkness? Actually, it's cause and effect. It's just one. Just one. The moon, there's only one. The earth is one. It's just that when you face the sun, there's light. When you're against the sun, there's darkness. So light is darkness, darkness is light. When you see through this, so you don't hold or you don't grasp light or darkness, that's the Dharma gate of non-duality. Actually, darkness and light are one. When we turn on the lights, there is light. When we turn off the lights, then it becomes dark. It's the same place. There's nothing else changes. There's no change. So darkness is light, light is darkness. Bodhisattva moon ascend. What does it mean, moon ascend? Because his wisdom is the same as the radiance of the full moon. The Mid-Autumn Festival is coming. That is the roundest and fullest month of the year. The moon is very bright, and because his wisdom is as round, as perfect and bright, he's called Bodhisattva moon ascend. He said, darkness and light are regarded as dualities by general people, but in the eyes of spiritual cultivators, they're actually just one kind. And if you don't grasp and you don't relinquish, then everything is like that. Everything is like that. When you enter the meditative state of the cessation of sensation and perception, that you have no perception and you have no mental formation, in that meditation there is no such thing as darkness or light. Actually, this time, the grand ceremony, I have said, you saw Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Some people saw Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or their ancestors. So whether you saw or you did not see are the same. If you saw, like from the Dokchen Center, Hong Kong, there were 10 disciples who came, and 6 of them saw, and they stood up. So 6 out of 10 saw their own ancestors. There were quite many people who saw the deceased people. And those who did not see, they could have dreams at night. And then those who did not see and did not dream, let me tell you, your ancestors still came all the same. So seeing is the same as not seeing. Not seeing is the same as seeing. The ancestors came anyway. They all came, actually. So this is the concept, darkness and light. Light is you can see, darkness, which means you cannot see. Whether it's light or dark, it's all the same. So I often say one thing. Whether you believe in True Buddha School or not, we don't set boundary. Or you are disciples of True Buddha School, then we especially give to you. No, we shouldn't be like that. Even for you should take care. I mean, for those who are not True Buddha School disciples, you should take care of them even more. That's the truth. That's the reality. I also think it's all the same. Like those masters who have left should be taken care of, especially. We should not discriminate. So those who saw and those who did not see, in the future, they are all the same, would have attainments, would have the same attainment, whether you see or not see. Sometimes True Buddha Foundation and the masters ask me, how come? Some people can see Dharma bodies and they stood up, and and then some people that could speak Dakini language or Dhaka language. Why did you ask them to stand up and speak? Actually, they're all the same. I'm just teaching all the disciples to increase their faith. Although you don't see Grandmaster's Dharma bodies, the Dharma bodies are still there, still next to you. So whether you see or you don't see, it's all the same. The Dharma bodies are omnipresent. Whether you can speak the heavenly language, of course that's special. But those who cannot speak it, I can speak Chinese, I can speak Mandarin, and some can speak English, and some can speak Spanish. Some speak Japanese, right? They're all about the same. Only some can speak and some cannot speak. That's it. However, having spoken the heavenly language or seeing Dharma bodies and not speaking the heavenly language or not seeing Dharma bodies or not feeling anything are actually the same. Although you cannot see Great Master's Dharma bodies, but the Dharma bodies are everywhere. And you pray to them, they would help you all the same. So it's not that I only help those who can see and not help those who cannot see. No, it's not such a thing. So that those who can speak Dakini language would be more special? No. And let them sit at the front? No, no such thing. Everyone is equal. There are many who can speak a heavenly language. Recently, there are many who came. Right now, there are several of them. Xiaofen, where are you sitting? So, why don't you say a few words? Give her the microphone. Your disciple wholeheartedly pay homage to Great Master Sunu, all the masters and reference. Thank you. Please return to your seat. Yanxi and her sister can both speak heavenly language. You mean her spiritual state is even higher. Now let's listen to Yanxi. She speaks and sings. Li Fei, please stand up. You can speak or sing. How come you don't take off your mask? It's okay.
Anokota, Kimoto Katikati, Onita Kita, Anatakoto, Amukoto, Olukide Guru, Kanakato, Almigate Kimu, Tamakato, Alike, Onika, Omuke, Anikoto, Haiketo, Halikate, Hotel, Amutikata, Onikatakato, Amudetata, Anita, Uchisanokoto, Amo Akatata, Inito, Hanikoto Nagota, Isikutu, Ichikuta, Isikota, Isikubote, Ikuta, Koto, Anokato, Irikata, Homitata. Inakaya Maya, Anita, Iku, Om Gulu-Ling Shen Ching Om Jing Sidi Hom, Om Ahom Guru Be Asta Samaha Lian Shen Sidi Hom, Om Jing Sidi Hom, Inikana Yadiku Iji Samu Inata Ana Yaiku Jisai Mu Inaiku Diuya Anisai Wunia Anisai Wunia.
Please be seated. My music teacher in elementary school could also sing heavenly language. When I heard that, I never forget it. These are all heavenly songs, so they can speak and sing. However, let me tell you, if you can only speak the heavenly language, and you do not live up to the role of spiritual cultivation, then you would regress all the same. And you would still cycle in the transmigration cycle. It's just that everyone has different spiritual route, that's it. One is light, one is dark, they are the same. Whether you know the heavenly language or not, it's the same. When you have reached such a state, then you will naturally be able. It's all natural. Like the little kids. So every child studies, and in whatever environment they would know that language. And those who are gifted in that environment, and they can learn and understand. when you have entered such a place, naturally, you would be able to speak that language. There's no need to rush. Other people can speak it, how come not me? Because you've never learned it. You have not reached, you have not gone to that place. And look at the little children or those foreign students coming to America, then naturally they can speak English. And for Ching is thinking about bringing Lu-Yin back to Taiwan, so she would encounter an environment to learn Chinese, then she would naturally be able to. Without the environment, she wouldn't be able to. We also have Chinese schools in America, but you speak in school, but when you get home, you speak English again. Then you only learn halfway. But if you bring her back to China or Beijing, then you would be able to speak the Beijingese dialect. So it's due to the environment. So the ability to speak a language. So wherever you came from, you can speak that language. Back then when I was in school, I had the thought, I was born in Taiwan. I don't want to go to other countries. And when the teacher teaches English, and I'm not going to America, why would I want to go to America? I would not go there. I want to be in Taiwan. During school, from junior high, they have English class. Junior, senior, high school, and college. I didn't learn it. My classmates were memorizing vocabularies, and I did not. But those who memorized the vocabulary did not come to America. They stayed in Taiwan. And I'm the one who did not memorize. But the fate. One day, Golden Mother told me, go to America. Oh no. You want me dead? I don't know any English. And during exams, I wrote my notes on the rulers, on the desk, all night, on here. Had I knew before, I couldn't say that. Had I known that I have to go to America, then I would just have studied really hard on English, studied English really hard. But who would have known? But Golden Mother told me, go to America. I listened to her and come. But it made me suffer. Why? 4-year college, everybody memorizing vocabularies and the grammar, but I did not do any of those. My math was good, not bad. Chinese was not bad. I've read a lot of books, but not English. See, as a result, that's what fate is. I don't know any English. But I know Buddha Dharma. Dharma gate of non-duality. You need to be clear and understand that many things are non-dual. Spiritual cultivators should live up to the role and duties of spiritual cultivators. Then that would be good enough. And everything else the same. It's no big deal whether they can speak those language or sing those. It's no big deal, but just want to let you all know that heavenly language does exist, and to increase your faith. Some people can see Dharma bodies, and there are many people who can see. But those who cannot see Dharma bodies, and if you pray to the sky, the Dharma bodies will help you all the same. It's all the same. Some people say, I have taken refuge and Grandmaster Lu will definitely help me. Wrong. Those who have not taken refuge need help even more. Giving has to be equal, has to be done equally. Many people say that person has slandered Grandmaster, so Grandmaster will definitely not help them. Wrong. The ones who need help the most are them. Are those people. That's equality, and that's the Dharma gate of non-duality. So you give to those you like, and all the same you give to those you dislike. So that's non-dual. Spiritual cultivators should be this way. The wife told the husband, back then, when my junior was being mistreated, then I stick my head and help her. And the husband said, oh, that's no big deal about compared to you, that I stick my head and marry you and save all the men in the world. Yesterday, I went to the temple to explain the divination. I am in the stock markets, in the financial business, and I have so much stress. I don't sleep well, I don't eat well, and I don't get much money, and I have to face so much stress and pressure. And the Great Master said, place the right hand on his chest, and did not say anything. So that person asked the Great Master, are you saying that I shouldn't complain and just ask my conscience and be responsible to myself? And the Master You've talked about me. I was also in the stock market. That's why now I became a monk. Om Mani Padme Hum.